go. Where's it at? What's up, everyone? It's your Rossie, and I'm back with another amazing show. I have been talking about this show for a while, you guys, and who I have with me today is I have DJ Colleen Shannon, aka World's Sexiest DJ, here with me. And I can't wait to talk to her. We've been backstage and we already started the conversation. So I thought, you know what? We're both ready to go live. So we are going to go live now. So we are live. Let's meet Colleen. What's up?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. Just a second. Let me there we go. There we
There
go.
we are. There we are.
I'm good. How's it been going?
It has been like a whirlwind. I stepped on the gas like a year ago, 2 years ago. Well, 20 years ago, technically. But
Okay.
yeah, it's just things are just super wild right now. Really good. Really good.
So you have an amazing career. I just want to say that. And reading up about you, first we'll get into it. Was Playboy the first thing that like put you on the scene? Or were you acting before that?
Actually, no, I was acting. I was doing a lot of commercials, a lot of music videos, working with my favorite artists. Started doing national commercials like Pepsi, Nokia, AT&T. And then I'm like, dang, I can just smile and like make money in a day. Like this is the best job I've ever had. But when I moved to LA, I was like, you know what? I want to be a playmate and I want to be a
Okay.
DJ.
Okay.
And eventually, when the opportunity finally came, I shot my centerfold with turntables. And then I was
Okay.
off to Miami to DJ with Kid Rock. And I
Really?
was like, what is going on? Yeah,
So it
it was
happened
pretty
that
wild.
fast.
It was it took I guess I was probably in LA for like 2 years before it happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was yeah.
So you mentioned to me that, so guys, just to let you know, Rossi's Clubhouse is a Sacramento-based podcast and it focuses on interviews in all areas of entertainment. So I love music, love acting, love all of that. So, but Colleen is originally from what Sacramento. What
From Placerville.
Placer? Okay,
Placerville.
Placerville. Placerville. I'm in
Yes,
Carmichael, so we're
yes.
and she used to be in Carmichael. Tell them what you did and how you left Sacramento
Oh
and how
gosh.
old you
So
were.
I was in Sacramento. I was probably like 20 years old, and myself, two of my best friends, packed up a big U-Haul, moved right to Barham, right in like Studio City, Los
Okay,
Angeles, Hollywood. And I had a skateboard, I had a classic car, I had my turntables. I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. I just
right,
knew like I had no idea. I had a friend who was an agent and he was an acting agent and told me come in and I got serious about it. I did the headshots, I did the auditions all day long, and I started working. I love
okay.
working. I'm a workaholic.
Are you really?
Kind of.
So so you were talking about when you okay, so you got into acting first. How was that for you? Just because so a lot of people leave home and they have those dreams of I'm going to Hollywood, I'm gonna go do that. It happened fast for you.
You know what? It was kind of just like my energy was really positive and I took
Okay,
it as a business. Like I didn't
okay,
you had to print out, a couple hundred headshots. You had to go to castings from 8 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, driving all over Los Angeles. And
right,
it was just like I put the effort in, you know what I mean? And it was like
right.
I started getting jobs, and so my agents were a lot nicer to me. and and then I was going on sets with like my favorite bands that like I grew up listening to, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like how am I even making money doing this?" It was like a dream.
Well, who were the bands that you were listening to that you were
So
like, yeah,
one of the first ones there was Crazy Town, there
yeah,
was Blues Traveler, there was Smash Mouth, there was Stone Temple Pilots,
awesome.
like Dido, George Michael. So
Okay,
I'm on set, like standing right next to
wow,
George Michael, like doing scenes with all of these people going,
wow,
you're getting paid like I don't know, $500 to $800 a day, and
Okay.
you're conversating with these people that you've been
Right.
listening to as like a child, like growing up.
Right.
So I was like, "Ah,
Right.
I can't believe it."
Exactly. Because you work
Yeah.
with legends. I mean, Stone Temple Pilots. I mean, George Michael. All of them. You work with legends. At the time, where you was it like that? I'm dreaming. This is not.
Oh,
This is not
100%.
happening.
100%. I mean, I'd go there, like take the pictures. It was long days. I mean, you'd be on set for like 15 hours.
Right.
And yeah, just like, okay, well, the next scene, you're gonna hop in the car with, the singer from Blues Traveler. And I'm just like, I can't even believe this all is happening. I'm like, this is the best job I've ever had in my life. I loved it.
And
I
since
loved
you were
it.
what? Since you were 21, you said. So 21, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you've been consistently in the entertainment field.
Yes, girl. Since 2000 and about one.
So Playboy,
Playboy.
having that's like, and just to let you know, shout out to my sister Joanne. When she was a teenager, that was her goal. She wanted to do Playboy. She
Yes,
wanted to do that, but you don't know how to get into that. How did you come
exactly.
about getting a cover and doing that? By the way, beautiful. Absolutely
Oh,
beautiful.
you're so sweet. I tried. It didn't happen for me the first time. The
Okay.
first time actually was in Sacramento, and I heard that a bus was coming to cast special edition girls. So
Okay.
I told my best friend Christina, who's absolutely gorgeous. I was probably a little too enthusiastic and a bit over the top. So we go, and I'm wearing a ridiculous outfit, probably really bad makeup. And she ends up getting called, and she's like, "Oh my god, they picked me." And I'm like, "That is so freaking awesome. I'm going to drive from
Right.
Sacramento down to LA." And like I had to go, like, she was out having dinner with Hef, like on Sunset Boulevard. I went
Wow.
there. I was so happy for her. But I had tried doing Playboy, like I tried that time. I tried another
Okay.
time. They were picking like five female DJs,
Okay.
and I submitted everything, but my friend didn't submit it. So it was like I failed, I failed, I failed. And I'm like, I walked into the mansion. I'm like, I don't even care. I
Wow.
just want to DJ a party here.
Right.
And somehow, some way, like everything aligned. And I end up meeting a manager outside of a movie audition. And he's like, "What do you want to do? Like, who are you?" I was with my mom, very young, very fresh.
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
"I just want to be a playmate and a DJ. Like, da-da-da, that's all." And so we shot some pictures, and then Playboy was looking for the 50th anniversary playmate. And and I don't know, it was my acting was going so well, and
Okay.
Hef would write me letters, and he'd be like, "I could be really interested in you, like being a girlfriend." And I was like, "That is not my deal." My manager's like, if you want to go to the mansion, if you want to do this, I'm like, I don't want to do any of that. Like, if I'm gonna get it,
Right.
like I need to do it proper. Like my career is going
Right.
great. And
Right.
I think Hef was shocked that I kept turning him down. Like literally,
Wow.
I was
I
like,
bet.
he's he wanted to pick me up in a limo before I started shooting. And I said, "Tell him that I'll meet him at the club." And he was probably like, "Who the heck is this girl? Like,
Right.
what's the
Right.
deal?" And
Right.
I did. I kind of held that like integrity with it. And I don't know, it just happened. It just happened.
How did your because I know you were with your mom, but it was that hard? Is that something? Were your parents against that? Was that
No. My mom came to the shoot with me. Like we were shooting the video. She didn't come to the photos, but when it was time to shoot the video after I'd shot for like 2 weeks,
okay?
I'm like, "Mom, you have to come down. Like, we're gonna be on
Right.
set, we're gonna be in mansions, we're gonna be doing all this
Right.
stuff." My mom came
Say
and
that's
we did an interview together. They had
wow.
this is pretty funny actually. They had a bull riding scene.
Did they?
And of course it's naked because it's Playboy. My mom's
Right.
like,
Right. Right.
she goes, "I think they made you ride that bull for a little too long." It was all like, it was, innocent for what it was. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Like my manager had
Right.
me shoot. Most of my layout for the 50th anniversary is very like clothed. And like he
Okay.
was
Yeah.
very adamant about how I was going to shoot things because I was doing acting. and we wanted to
Okay.
have longevity with the DJing. So it just kind of worked out.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
your first experience DJing, when you took that on, how was that like? Where was that?
Oh my gosh. So that was like nothing gave me more anxiety but made me like more excited. So
Okay.
I was DJing when I moved to LA. I'm like, okay, I got to get a job. I started DJing for free at a fondue bar on Hollywood and
Okay.
Vine.
Okay.
Kind of a little bit in the ghetto, but I'd be like
Okay.
cruising with
Okay.
my records like, and if 8 people were there, 15 people were there, I was
Okay.
happy.
Okay.
Like I was just happy. I would do it for free. I would do it for $30. It didn't care, but I was there like every Thursday night. My friends would come by, they'd be like, you're good, but you should probably try and pick like a genre.
Right.
Like, and I
Okay.
was like, I was doing reggae, I was doing house, I
Okay.
was doing hip hop, I was, all over the place. I was very
Right.
excited.
Right. Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, after I did Playboy, this is maybe like a year, maybe a year, 2 years later. um, they're like, okay, you're gonna go to Miami and you're gonna DJ the biggest club in Miami. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't sleep.
Um,
Like I played records all night long. And I got on
wow.
that flight and I was just like, I just couldn't believe like it was just like amazing. And I
Right.
didn't stop touring. I started touring then. And I think
Okay.
I toured straight for 10 years, nonstop.
How does one, okay, how does, because that's interesting to me, how you even get into DJing. How is that? How do you go about, like, okay, I'm going to be a DJ? Do you make your own music? Do you like, what is that? Tell us what that is.
So at that time, it was kind of like the beginning of a celebrity DJ. So
Okay.
like Kid Rock, was he still singing or did he start DJing? I don't remember exactly. But we were able to book our shows basically on a celebrity status, so to speak.
Okay.
Like so
Okay.
World's Sexiest DJ my manager came up with. And
Okay.
we booked solid. We added a bunch of supermodels to tour with us, actresses, Playboy models. And I mean, we were just booked solid nonstop. So
Right.
I kind of felt like I had to do all the work and they just got to stand around and like be pretty.
Right. Right.
And I
Right.
was,
Right.
I got, very excited, very thankful, but it was like something that I was so passionate about. Like I moved to LA and I just remember like then Paul Oakenfold was like the top DJ in the world.
Okay.
And I'm like, I want to be a top DJ. Like, I want to travel all over the world. Like, it was just a goal. Like, I was
Right.
obsessed with it. And it was just, it was just kind of like fate, it just kind of happened.
So when
Um,
you do that, do you make music like some of the songs that I listen to? Do you get with other artists? Do you just, I mean, how do you go about getting their music and playing their music and making it into
so
yours?
Right now, I'm producing. When I was touring nonstop, it was more of being a club DJ, being a
Okay.
selector,
Okay.
being a DJ is basically like connecting the drum beats and making it
Okay.
seamless for the dance floor, selecting the right songs at the right
Okay.
time, the right energy, hyping up the crowd. It's
Okay.
it's technical of, keeping
It
keeping the
sounds
flow of
like it.
everything going. But now, I would say over the past like maybe 5, 6 years, I've been more into writing my own music,
Okay.
getting in the studio, working with producers overseas. We just
Okay.
did a remix of Tommy Richmond, Devil is a Lie, which was super fun.
I love
Um,
that, by the
a
way.
Beyonce one.
That one was really good too. I love the Beyonce one too. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the creative stuff is just like, I just thrive on it. There's always room to grow as being an
Right.
artist, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's fun. There's not enough time in the day to do all the fun things.
So, so you also, you write books. You write children's books.
Yes, I
How did that
did.
come about? Because you like, okay, you have I think it was a
Shoe line.
shoe
Yeah.
line, and
Yeah.
then you have the children's book. Tell me about the children's books. How did that come about, and where
So,
are we at with that? Because you're
yeah.
successful on everything that you seem to do.
Oh, thank you so much. So
Absolutely.
when I got pregnant with my first son, I have two. I had to step back from touring. That was all I knew. But like I love working so much. So I drafted a book. I just heard like a poem in my head about DJ Boy, and then I started coming up with the ideas of the illustrations, and then found a self-publishing book, Balboa Press, and self-published my first children's book, dedicated to my first son, and I want to do one for my second son, and
Okay.
um, and the shoes were also, and when you step back and you take the mommy time, you're not like traveling and doing all
Yep.
the club stuff and all that. I developed a sneaker with a brand called Soul's Fang based out of New York. And I took the name Soul's Fang and I thought I'm really big into people chasing their dreams, like
Okay.
setting your goals, doing what you want to do. So I thought, well, do what your soul tells you, following your intuition and creating, your dreams, like chasing them.
Right.
So they're also pink. So it's a pink snake sneaker.
Love
That's
that.
kind of tough to say.
Love that.
um, and yeah, it was sold, let's see, it was sold at Walmart for a while. It's still online. I'm hoping to, I'm more of a creator, but I want to find
Okay.
like great sales representatives to,
Okay.
put the products in
Right.
places they belong.
Right. With everything that you've done, what challenges have you had? Well, obviously, I know there's been challenges, but can you tell us some of the
Yes.
challenges that you face just in the entertainment industry?
Yes, I'm actually I had a big challenge. I'm writing a memoir about it, but I was towards the end of like my long 10-year stretch of touring. I was going all around to every country. I mean, I had agents on every continent. And I had broken up with somebody and I decided to start dating someone else. So
Okay.
this guy he was kind of a bit of like a gangster. He
Okay.
had the Lambo, the Ferrari, the Bentley, but I was
All
like,
right.
I'm looking for somebody who doesn't drink because I had experienced somebody who drank a lot of alcohol. So I'm
Mhm.
dating this guy and he treats me really well. He looked kind of like a Jason Statham, kind of like
Ooh,
gangstery,
yeah.
but,
Yeah.
hot, dangerous, but
Yeah.
I really didn't ask any questions, the jewels and all the gifts, all the things were coming. But I'm like, I feel like there's gonna be trouble, like somewhere, I just don't know where.
Right.
So, he tells me he wants to move to, the Hollywood Hills and, come and marry me and all this stuff. So he actually has me drive his car across the border of Canada and the
Okay.
US while he sneaks in the US. And the next day we got pulled over and I got charged with alien smuggling and human trafficking.
No.
Yes. I'm telling you, my passport, they took my passport, they took my DJ computer, they took my cell phones, they took my whole career. Literally, I had to go to court. I asked the cops, what's the deal? Like, he's the one that did something
Right.
wrong. Like, I'm here, like, not thinking I was doing anything wrong. So
Right.
I got a federal, I was charged with a federal crime.
Wow.
So I couldn't travel, I couldn't DJ. It got me into like a huge depression. I
Right.
had to spend some time in a Camp Cupcake federal prison.
Really?
Yes. But in there, I became a yoga teacher. I got into my yoga. It was kind of like a rebirth. You know what I mean? It was just like,
Yeah.
so I think it's like a lesson for, for the young girls to really know like who you date, who you choose as a partner can
Right.
affect something like, I mean, I built my whole life, my whole energy, my whole being on creating
Right.
this dream of a career. And in one
Right.
single mistake that I made,
Right.
it was gone. So then
Wow.
you have to fight to like get it back. You know what I mean?
Right.
hmm So yeah, that's
Girl,
a challenge.
no, I'm thinking about to say like, with acting, and we're learning lines,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like, yeah, that is a challenge, but the fact like, yeah, I went up in there and I became a yoga teacher and all that, like I wouldn't have imagined that you went
Yeah.
through that. And that is a huge thing because there are a lot trying to go and get to where you're at
Yeah.
and they fall for like you said the integrity thing. You had your
I
mom
will.
with you. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't fall for that okey doke, you
Yeah.
wanted to keep your career intact. A lot of
Yeah.
the girls will meet someone like that and it's done. They don't get to recover from that. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you
Exactly.
sharing that.
Exactly.
You go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I kept the story to myself for like quite some time, but then I realized, it's a lesson. Like we all face like adversities, and I mean,
Yes.
literally, my career was gone like that. I lost every agent. I went to court, and I had
Wow.
literally maybe 15 offers all around the world to DJ. I mean,
Yeah.
I could have been like, I was at the
Yes.
top.
Right,
And that one 5-minute mistake, like,
right.
messed up my next, like, long time.
How
So,
did you
yeah.
when you got out, how did you like, because obviously you have a positive attitude and
Yeah,
you seem the type that you're a go-getter, so it's
it
going to happen. But when you got out with the depression, how long did you stay depressed? When did you snap out of it and said, "You know what? I'm gonna resume."
I don't know. It takes time. I mean, I can't really pinpoint, I
Right?
came out when I was in there, I became a champion in my own right. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Because you get very spiritual. You're stripped of anything that is artificial, anything that is, it's not the hair, it's not the makeup, not the shoes. Like
Right.
you have nothing. You have
Okay.
nothing but like your soul, like who you really are. And I mean, I don't know, like I literally my depression went away when I just came back to basics when I was in there,
Okay. Okay.
if that makes sense.
That does absolutely make sense, and I wanna let everyone know, shout out to Missy Draper. You guys, I interviewed
Yes,
her a few months ago. Absolutely hilarious
that's my
comedian,
girl.
wonderful, wonderful person, woman, Missy. And Missy was the person that told me about Colleen and the fact that Missy's son wanted to be a DJ as well. And they had this chance meet, and you saved her life from the way Missy, was telling me
Oh.
about it because you encouraged Missy to
Oh.
go do it. Go do what you're gonna do. Go. You want to be on Saturday Night Live? You want to be a comedian? Go and do it. And
Yes.
that's what she told me. That's what made her go and say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And she's winning right now. I mean, you see her, she's everywhere. She's hosting shows. So shout
Oh,
out to you, sweetheart, for even
oh, that's very
introducing me to, because you're the first person that she told me about. And she was like, I think she'd be great and whatnot. And I was like, I gotta interview her. And I had just known about your shoe line, she writes a book, and then it was, well, she's a playmate and she's a DJ and all this other stuff. So shout out to you, Missy.
oh, yeah.
As women, we all go through it. We all hit a point in our life, especially being in the entertainment industry. It is not easy. I've gone through that. You go through self doubt. You go through, I don't think this is something that I should be doing, and then if you're one of those people that you got to brush yourself off and get back up. You never know who you meet and who gives you that courage and that you can do this. So I appreciate you for that. But with acting, what are you still in that? Do you still act? I mean, where are you
Yeah.
at with acting?
So when I was in LA, I studied acting continuously. Like I went to
Okay.
many different of the theaters, got really into it. Like I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on a Netflix special called Gravesend. That's like a Brooklyn it has like the soprano guys, the gangster
Okay.
guys. So
Okay.
I was texting the producer, the writer, director, and I'm telling him about my story. This was like a week ago. And he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "This is something we talk about on the phone. Like, don't be texting me this kind of stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm so naive and kind of, a bit blonde at times." I'm like, "Yeah, he's right." But yeah, I'm hoping to be on Gravesend is the name of that show.
Okay.
A lot of the guys from Sopranos are on it. Really cool, like kind of gangster type of show. And then there's another movie coming out. Could be as far, these movies take so long. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
this one is called Remington. Hoping to play like some type of shoot 'em up, bang bang type of,
Okay.
some
Awesome.
type of
Okay.
some type of badass chick. I don't know.
Okay.
But the acting. Yeah, I feel like I'll act forever. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
know it.
Yeah.
I know the craft is just I get a little bit like I want to do this and I want to do that.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Absolutely. Who were your influences though, as far as actors? Who influenced you? Female, male
Um,
actors?
I mean, I'm not I love like I love a good sob story. I love a good like fighter, like Joaquin Phoenix. Like my heart
Oh
goes out
yeah.
to that guy.
Yeah.
Um, Christian Bale, like
Yeah. Oh
he's put himself through like The Machinist, I think, where he literally
yes.
gets down to like what is it, like
Bone damn there.
115 pounds,
Like
bones, like bones.
yes,
So I
yes.
like the people that really go the distance to like tell the story. As far as female actresses, I love Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway's good.
Yes.
The Saturday Night Live girls are good. I love
Yeah. Oh my
Kristen
gosh. Funny,
Wiig,
funny. Yeah,
Bridesmaids.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that fun stuff.
And musical influences? Did you
Musical
always, was
influence?
that your thing?
Oh
Because you
yeah.
get excited when you talk about music.
Yeah, I do. I'm obsessed. As far as musicians, I mean, I've just the last couple days, I don't know why I've been in an Amy Winehouse situation
Okay.
where
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
like, she was so great, but
Right.
she hated the press. She hated she
Okay.
just wanted to be able to walk down the street and she kind of wanted to hide, you know what I mean?
Right.
But her
Right.
voice was just like, oh, I love I mean, musically, geez, there's so many. You know what I
Right.
mean? I want to
Right.
give a shout out to somebody you might want to know is
Okay.
Lance Laswell, who is a Sacramento local. He's opening up for ZZ Top at the end of
Really?
the month. He's a great musician, been a great friend of
Okay.
mine. So, uh, and then who else? Musically, oh my gosh, I'm into Post Malone right now.
Okay. Oh,
I
he's dope.
actually been liking country lately, which is crazy because 10
Country,
years ago, if
know,
you would have told me that, I'd be like,
yeah.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, no, country's really good now. There's so many good artists out there with country music. My sister's a huge country music fan, old school
Yeah.
country, new school. I wasn't a real big country music fan, but right now it's like they're crossing lines.
Good. Yeah.
It's not like it's just music, it sounds
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love it. I think it has more depth than there are some things coming around now, but for a while, like the pop culture music was just like the feeling it wasn't really there
Right,
for me
right.
anyways. DJ Marshmallow is cool. Diplo is killing it right now.
Okay, okay.
Uh, yeah, I could go on and on and on.
So like from your fans, what's the best feedback that you receive from fans?
So what it is about me, I think, is more or less of what I do, but the energy that I give out. And I
Okay,
kind of want to be that like for the rest of my career. Like
right,
it's not I'm only doing my art as a vessel to like meet the people to encourage them to do what they want to do.
okay.
You know, so I like to make people happy.
I get that from
Like
you. I
yeah.
absolutely get that from you talking to you. I mean, I feel that. I absolutely feel that. As a mom, how was it for you as a mother in this career? You just came back, you said from Italy, Rome. Do your
Yeah.
kids travel with you? How do you balance that out?
Oh goodness. So when my kiddos were like 2, I brought them along. I was directing the shoe commercial and I was holding the 2-year-old while, the 5-year-old was running around and I mean I was just dripping sweat, just like trying to get it done. And it's
Right,
tough when you're a mom and you're taking like red eyes to New York to do meetings. I was taking my kids for all that. If they were
right,
flying free, they were going with me for sure.
right,
So,
right,
so yeah, it's just, eh, you really have to balance that time. The kids are only young once. That's why I took a
right.
good like 5 years off to
Okay,
really develop some other career things. And now that I feel like they're walking and talking and you know what I mean?
right,
But even still after this last trip, I'm like, I don't want to go without them. Like
right,
I still want to bring them along. So, it's a balancing act. But they
right.
come first. They come first for sure.
Absolutely. And it's two boys, right?
2 boys,
Two boys.
Phoenix and Falcon.
I love that.
Yeah, well,
I love that.
Stevie Phoenix, and then Falcon James.
I
But
love
they're
that.
like my motivation for everything. Like
And
So
they're excited about what mom does. I mean, I know they're young, but still
they're
excited about what mom does and all that.
yeah, if they hear one of my songs like on YouTube or whatever, they get really they like it. And if they don't like it, they're also gonna tell me. You know what I mean? Or they didn't understand I went to do, like, Fashion Week last month, and I was telling Stevie, I'm like,
Okay.
"Okay, well, I'm gonna be wearing a bathing suit and, like, angel wings." He's like, "No, you're not. I do not want you wearing a bathing suit." Like, "No." And I was like, "It's okay. Trust me, it's okay." But,
I love that. I love the
they
angel
you
wings. I
know
love that. That was absolutely beautiful. When you send those pictures, I was like, yes, hurry up and send them to John. Like, take down everything. We're re-putting up this all new stuff and all that.
Oh.
What's your team like? Who do you work? Who has your back? Who's your close knit people that you work with?
I have to admit, I'm hard to work with because I'm like already way over there. And they're like,
Okay.
tell me what you're doing. Like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, oh my God, like I can't even stop to like fill you in on, you know what I mean? So my team is, I've got a team called Star Management. They're out of Florida. I've got my publicist and I have worked together for like 20 years. Shout out to Victoria
Yes.
Presley. So she gets a lot of my PR, I've got a producer over in Poland that I work very tightly with.
Okay.
And some of my other producers, like I got another guy who the music, he's awesome. He's just finishing up a Drake contract and I want to
Wow.
create with him. So
Wow.
as far as the team, it's like they're kind of like trying to pull the reins, being like slow down, but I've got a vision, you know what I mean? And I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
bye. Like you
Right.
gotta keep
Right.
up. We gotta go.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what do you think like the biggest changes in the DJ industry over like the past few years have been?
Let's see here. I I don't nowadays it's really a numbers game.
Okay.
Everybody's like, what are your numbers? What are your numbers? What are your numbers? Like they want to know your followers on Instagram, your followers on this, your
Mm,
followers on that. And it's kind of like I stepped back for a while. Like when I was going full speed and touring, yeah, the numbers and all that didn't really
right.
matter because social media
Right.
wasn't such a huge thing. You know what
Right.
I mean? So
Yeah.
now it's like it's a whole numbers game, which is interesting. And for me, like I'm just trying to create the vision,
Right.
you
Do
know.
you find it? Is it hard for women in being a DJ? Is
Mm,
that hard, or do you not even trip off of that?
I mean, I feel like for me, like we had a niche, you know what I mean? If you
Okay.
have something that you could roll with and you're a little bit
Okay.
like original, like I
Okay.
think it can be an advantage, but I also think you need to pull your weight. Like you can't just
Okay.
if you're just a pretty girl and you're up there and you're not really bringing the vibe, like it's kind of a letdown. You know what I mean? It's like ooh so I don't. It's a catch 22, right?
Right. Right.
Like you
Right.
got to perform.
Absolutely.
You got to. For me, like I've look like a woman but play like a man. So
Okay. You said that you played for Paris Hilton. You played. How was that? How was that playing for a celebrity of that magnitude? Does it phase you? Because you've been with a lot of legends, so I know at that point it's
mhm.
not a big deal. But do you still go through that where you're like, I know I did a video with George Michael, but now I'm playing for Paris Hilton, or now I'm. Do you trip off of that?
uh no, I get excited about it. Like I'm thankful and I just
Right.
for me, like I look at a big picture of like what I want to create or what I want to do. And
Right.
last summer was a blessing because I had taken the time off with the kids and I got to play with like back on stage with like the biggest DJs with like Nervo and Lost Kings and Sickick and I'm just like thankful. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not tripping like I'm trying to think if there was like somebody that I actually tripped on, like was like, ooh, I'm a little bit starstruck, but I lived in LA for 20 years, you know what I mean? So you have
Right.
to be like,
Right.
you have to act
Right.
super normal when you meet them.
Yeah, I
Otherwise
get
they're
that.
like,
Yeah.
really?
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. What can we expect from the world's sexiest DJ, guys? I'm talking to DJ Colleen Shannon. What can we expect from you in the next few months, the next few years?
Along with the DJing, I started World DJ Foundation. So I try and do an event like once a year for the kids, or I try and pick a cause. So I'm looking to do a World DJ Foundation DJ Boy event for the children in
Awesome.
Washington, D.C.
Nice.
So that's going to be going on. I'll do a magazine release party in Manhattan. It's called Millennium Magazine, just came out. So November
Yes.
14th will be in New York. I want to invite all my friends. You can come. I would love it if
Thank
Missy
you.
came.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I would just want to, for me, like I want to create, I just want to get everyone together. You know what I mean? I took some
Absolutely.
time off the
Absolutely.
scene, and now it's like if we're all creative and we're all, doing our
Yes.
thing, like wouldn't it be great just to like be together?
I would love
Uh,
that. Absolutely.
yes. So, okay, so mm, working on music. Like I got about
Okay.
6 releases that are about to come out. So just kind of pacing those out. And then
Is
yeah,
that
like
a past, present, future?
yes,
Okay.
past. I told
Okay.
you about the past.
Yep. Yep.
Present. Right now, I mean, when I was in Italy, somebody offered me like a skincare line. And I was like, "Oh, yeah." And then another person, that a company that I've worked with before, was talking about a caviar line. Like, I'm an
Oh, yeah.
entrepreneur. Like, I love
Right.
marketing. I love marketing.
Right.
I love branding. Um, and the sales part, I'd rather have somebody else do. You know what I mean?
I'm
I don't
with you
want to
on
go
that.
around like, "Can you sell this?" Like,
Yes.
I'd rather create the vision and then so yeah, I'm pretty busy. I think I'll be busy. I don't think I'll be bored.
I love that. I love that about you. And I have this thing where, you know, I love the thought of creating your own opportunity. Like for me, like the podcast was me
hmm
having an opportunity and creating an
Yes.
opportunity to bring other artists on that
Yes.
maybe they're not getting seen. And
Right.
there's so many talented people that don't get the opportunity. So that was really another reason why Rossie's Clubhouse came about was there's so much talent in Sacramento and outside of Sacramento
Yes.
that don't get the chance to have someone talk to them about that. So it's like,
Mhm.
it's like paying it forward. And I love that about you,
Mhm.
that you pay
Yeah,
it forward. And
100%.
yes, I want to hit on this before I let you go. Your life, everything that you've said. I don't know if you mentioned, are you going to have a book? Because there's so much that your life is so interesting. And then with the extra stuff that you told me, are you planning on
Mhm.
writing a biography?
I am actually 70,000 words into one.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
working on it. It's just, it's emotional, and I want to, focus on the positive stuff just as much as the
Right.
negative stuff. But I mean,
Right.
I come from Alaska. I was originally born on an
Oh,
island in
okay.
Alaska, and then growing up in Northern California, and then literally being able to like live my dream and then go through that nightmare, and then,
Right.
fight to like get back up there again. I'm very
Right.
optimistic. So, yeah, I definitely am gonna be working on that for sure.
Well, I can't wait to read it. And
Awesome.
you guys, again, this is DJ Colleen Shannon, the world's sexiest DJ, just to let you all know. All of her links will be in the description of the video. You guys can go and read her, the magazine cover that she's on. You can go to her Instagram, TikTok. Follow her everywhere. She's doing big things. I really appreciate you coming
Mm,
on,
thank
not
you.
knowing me, and just coming on and connecting with me, letting me talk to Baby Boy because Baby Boy wanted to talk. And I appreciate you sharing that with me. And just, you've been so gracious. And
Oh, thank you.
I wish you all the best. I want to stay in communication with you because I want you to know that come back to Rossie's Clubhouse when the book comes out. Anything you have,
Oh,
Rossie, let's
thank
do
you
a
so much.
show, and it's happening. So I just want to let you know that for
Awesome.
real, for real. Go
Thank you.
to Missy Draper. I love you so much. It's all
Love
yours. Talk to
you.
the people. Anything you want to say, you want to leave with, all yours.
Uh, yeah, I just want to say, like, let's be out there, like, spreading positivity. You know what I mean? And talking
Yes,
about the great things. Let's like uplift one another. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Like, us
absolutely.
creators, like coming together, doing great things as a community. And I'm just thankful to be an artist, and just thankful to be on your show. So thank you for your
I
time.
thank you.
Mm.
I thank you so much. When we close out, don't leave because I want to tell you how
Okay.
everything is going to work when we're
Yeah.
done. And you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys joining me for another week of Rossie's Clubhouse. I'm Rossie McCree, the host of Rossie's Clubhouse. It's a YouTube channel and podcast. You'll be able to listen to this episode in about a week or two once the editors are all done editing.
Mm.
Another week, I have an awesome comedian that's coming on in a few weeks. And then next month, we have a nice lineup. You guys can also go and check out the Matt Barnes interview that John and I did. You can watch that on Rossie's Clubhouse. You can go to Movie Lovers Unite and check that out. Wednesday, which is in a day or so, you can catch John and I. We're going to be talking about the Penguin episode. And Colin is killing it. I'm loving it. John, I'm sorry. I already watched episode 4 last night. I could not wait. I had to watch it. I know, I know. It is so good, you guys. So go check out The Penguin on HBO. It is really good. You won't believe what Colin Farrell is doing. It's amazing. What an amazing actor. And until then, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye,
Mm.
guys. We're out.
Bye.